if someone says no to you, thank God, several other people will be willing to say yes to you. You must believe that. Let me tell you this. When you believe this, your stock value will go high. I mean, it starts up here. You must believe that you're a valuable person. If you see yourself as someone going somewhere great, you are less likely to have a tough heartbreak experience. You must believe that you're special. You must believe that you're going somewhere important. Let me tell you this, and we don't like to talk about it, but it's true. You see, many times heartbreak reveals insecurities. It reveals insecurities. By the way you are whining about it, crying about it, rolling on the floor about it, you reveal very likely why the person wants out in the first place. You are too clingy, too insecure. You are insecure, therefore you are clingy. The person has taken the place of God in your life, and that happens so many times in our culture. Breakups expose idolatry. In our songs, even in the songs, I cannot do without you. The same thing you say to God, you say to woman, you say to man. You say, I cannot do without you, and then oxygen is somewhere looking at you like this. God is somewhere looking at you like this. Food is somewhere looking at you like, are we a joke to you? Does he see us? So listen, sometimes we have an unhealthy attachment to people. People take the place that only God should take. And sometimes that's why they get overwhelmed and run away. But I'm not even trying to make excuses for why people move on. Sometimes people are just people. They don't have a good reason. We've established that already. But I'm just saying this. You see, when you believe genuinely that you are someone who is special, someone going somewhere, that's going to put you in a much, much better place. All right. So this must be a conviction that you must have. And if you really want the relationship to go on, it must just be because you just believe that it was meant to be. And even when you believe it was meant to be, maybe you're a Christian and you have like an inner conviction that this is the will of God. Even God understands that people have free will. So even that is not an excuse for you to just latch on to someone who doesn't want to be with you. Please, you must believe in yourself enough to understand that it's not the end of the world when someone says no. Listen, you believe in the Rehoboth God who can create more opportunities for you. When one door is shut, he opens another one. Believe that. And so if you dig a well and then that well is seized, just dig another one. All right. So sometimes there are hidden insecurities in our minds. Oh, at this age, how can I start all over again looking for someone? What if I don't find someone as good, someone as nice, someone as handsome? Trust God, sis. Trust God, brother. Trust God. The concept of Rehoboth is this: whatever blessing I experienced in my past, I can experience in my future because I serve the same God. It's very important. So God, who gave Abraham Isaac, can give me other children. So even if I have to sacrifice Isaac, I would do it gladly, knowing that the same God is faithful, to raise Isaac back up. So this is a very important conviction that you must have, not just in relationship, but in every other aspect of your life. This is going to really help you. You see, and this is why you must have like a sense of purpose. If that guy, that girl is your only essence, that's why you're going to die. God, you won't die in Jesus' name. You've heard people say time and again that, when God said it's not good for man to be alone, man was already walking. I think it can be one of the most parasitic things that can happen to a human being. Not to have any other thing going on in your life but your relationship. You will be a parasite. You will be a problem, And that's what makes heartbreak, as I'm going to talk about, even more devastating. Because you are alone. You are idle. So now it's very obvious that there is a vacuum in your life. And all you're doing is thinking about the person. That's why you're losing your mind so much. Listen, like I said, heartbreaks many times reveal idolatry. You must be passionate about your purpose. Have a divine assignment, a compelling dream. Something else you are pursuing besides the love of a man or of a woman, something compelling. And then when you are given to that, then you are in a better position to have a healthy relationship. This is so important. So what do you do when dealing with a breakup? What do you do? If someone comes to you, someone you've been dating for a long time comes to you, in fact, someone says that the person she was dating broke up with her 11 p.m. February 13th, just 1 hour before Valentine's. Listen, if I didn't know her, I wouldn't believe this. Broke up with her 1 hour before Valentine's. What was his reason? He doesn't believe in Valentine's, and she spoke about it, so it just irked him. Wow, like guys are following our hand, in this generation. But anyways, well, then it happened. So when someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I'm not interested anymore," what do you do? What do you do? Well, I'm not going to ask you to be indifferent per se, but you want to say, okay, why? What are your reasons? And I don't stress the why too much, because if someone breaks up with you or comes to you, has enough confidence to say, "I want out," it means the person has thought about it long before, has come up with an emotional conclusion that this is not going anywhere, had already been detaching emotionally long before his words ever revealed that. So the person has already convinced his or herself. Good luck trying to convince the person otherwise. So here is what I think, and I'm not saying that every time someone says I want out, there is no hope. I am just saying, and listen to me attentively, the reason why topics like this must be taught is because everything everything that your instincts will tell you to do will be counterproductive. This is psychologically proven. When someone says, "I want out of this relationship," if you beg, you reduce your chances of saving that relationship. If you cry, you reduce your chances of saving that relationship. Everything that your instincts will push you to do will be counterproductive. And that's why you need to listen to this. So what do you do? Just say, "All right, I respect your choice. Well, you know what my position is. I believe that we actually had something going, but well, it takes two to go on such a journey. I can't force you. I really want us to make this work, but if you say so." And then keep it brief. Keep it brief. Do you understand? Keep it brief. In fact, someone said something very brilliant. He said, if you're in a car with a person at the time, just ask to come down, book an Uber or something, and you're not doing that. I'm sorry to say, don't nag about it. Don't say, "After all these years, no, drop me now."